How many guys you knocking down on spring break? Because it seems like you're just going wild.
She's going pretty crazy.
How many guys you knocked down?
How's she? We lost out after like 12.
12 guys on spring break.
Yeah.
How many more guys you knocking down?
On a regular weekend, I'd probably say 3.
3 guys a weekend?
Yeah.
The young men out here in this generation, my condolences. The pickings are very slim. Your best bet is to assume that they all have OnlyFans, that they've all been ran through, probably got a 50 to 100 bodies, so that you don't lead yourself into some type of disappointment because you have some type of normal expectations. Remember, you are living in a illogical world where you are trying to make or find something that makes sense, right? And again, if you decide to just so happen to go for any of these young women directly out here, remember to always strap up and to get tested.
Son was gay.
That's why you stabbed him. And that's why you stabbed him. That's why you prevented him from opening and not hugging him.
That ain't what happened. Why you talking? Why you talking?
Nobody talking. You sitting here getting mad at me talking about some you I'm embarrassing you embarrassing me too. You had people texting me 3, 4 o'clock in the morning talking about just
whatever his harassment is, I guess Kevin know his dick goes in his and not too.
well, my record clean.
And Rocky, and it don't matter what your record is.
Gucci clean.
It don't matter. An army man that's a dick.
That's why you
Well, it ain't too embarrassing. One thing about it.
No, I ain't embarrassed. You embarrassed. I'm not embarrassed.
I'm most definitely
I'm not embarrassed.
I'm most
That's
definitely
you embarrassed.
Knowing that my son
That's
embarrassed. Taking
Oh,
I'm most definitely embarrassed.
be embarrassed then.
I am embarrassed.
Say that nobody's right in the situation, the mother or the son. Again, everybody is in their feelings at this moment in time. Nobody's trying to reach a moment of understanding or trying to hear the other person. The son is resistant and in an I don't care mood. The mother is taken aback and she is embarrassed and she doesn't really know how to convey what it is that she wants to say, again, out of the embarrassment of finding out this is who your son is by way of some random video online. However she ended up getting to that video, I'm not sure. I guess it must have been on Twitter, of all places, more than likely. And again, nobody's right. You can obviously tell that it's a very fragmented family, and they've been having issues for quite some time by the way that each of the parties are talking to one another.
Legal.
Is what legal?
You giving legal advice. If it's a California thing, and legal advice is not good.
Well, I'm a lawyer, so I can answer I can have conversation with people about legal issues.
Oh, it's a conversation. You can give legal information.
Correct.
But you can't get legal advice because that would they could make the argument that you are their attorney, right?
Correct. But if you come up to me and you're asking me about a legal situation, right? That's no different than any conversation you'd have if you called an attorney's office. It was like, hey, let me ask you about the situation I have going on. You're explaining to me what your situation is, and I'm pointing you in the right direction for how to handle it. I'm not taking on your case. I'm not doing the work for you, right? Also, for what it's worth, there's a very clear disclaimer on the sign that says, I am a lawyer and I'm not your lawyer.
So strong, though. Like, who's person going to look at? Everybody has
Everyone sees it. Are I going to know attorneys?
That doesn't matter.
Well, I'm just curious as to why you're arguing with me about the rules. Great, but this is Georgia.
Different minds. Different minds.
But you're arguing with me about, like, you're coming at me like I'm doing something wrong.
And this is why I happen to tell people that you have a lot of women out here that want to argue just to argue. He is clearly a lawyer. He passed the bar. He's out there just in case somebody wants to ask a question, and he can clearly answer and direct them to wherever it is that they need to go. She just wanted to argue. You have no type of law degree. You never passed the bar. You never even entered the school, and you feel as though that you have some type of right to argue. Like, it makes no sense. It makes no sense. That's like trying to argue with a surgeon on how to do surgery. How? You have no basis for what it is that you're even trying to state at this. You don't have the knowledge base. Like I said before, I don't understand a lot of people directly out here. But again, you have a lot of people that want to argue just for the sake of arguing. Some people just don't like to be wrong.
All right, I'll try next time I come through, not come through.
Well, I'd say go back because you're not supposed to be here.
I'm already deep in. Where could I go back to?
Just turn around. That's no way you can go up there.
How you figure that? I did that before.
Hey, you're not supposed to be here.
But I came this way 30 minutes. I might as well come this way to go out. How you telling me with
This
the...
way to the road is back that way.
Just go ahead, man. I'm minding my business. You should mind yours too.
Well, no,
I'm on my
actually,
way.
you're breaking the law.
I'm not breaking.
Now, I just want to note to a lot of people, we have a lot of forests, we have a lot of lands directly out here, right? And you have a lot of areas of which you can walk and some that you can't. But obviously, in this instance, you have a man that's walking his dog coming from one direction, right? Obviously, he was walking a trail, right, with his dog. And he saw Meek Mill, and he decided to stop Meek Mill and say that you can't go that way. Sir, didn't you just come from this way? You obviously didn't come from the same way that Meek Mill just came from. So why can't Meek Mill go that exact same way which you came from? And then he proceeded to, state that, you just can't, and you're breaking the law. But every single time that something like this happens, none of them can ever state what law is being broken. What law? What law is specifically being broken if he goes in that direction? Why is he specifically not supposed to be there? Again, you're looking at a person that's saying a whole bunch of something and not saying anything at all, right? They're trying to cover up what it is that they really mean or what it is that they're really trying to say. It's crazy. Crazy. And this is why I will continue to say that the internet has fried the minds of a lot of women. You clearly have a woman here that is a single mother. She is deciding that she wants to be on a rooftop in a parking lot somewhere on top of some building, and she has all the doors open. You see the cam light directly up. You see the cell phone set up, and she proceeds to start taking pictures. Now, while she is taking pictures, her child is slowly starting to walk down the stairs. This will be considered neglect. In a sense, you have a parent that is not adequately paying attention to the child. The child can go anywhere, be in anything. The child could even disappear. Somebody could literally come from out of nowhere and decide to pick up that child and just venture off, and that child will never be seen ever again. And this is a lot of women directly out here who are quote unquote mothers. You have a lot of neglectful women directly out here. There's a difference between a woman with a child and a mother with a child. A woman with a child just doesn't care. She doesn't care what happens. She doesn't care where the child goes, what the child does, what the child eats. None of that. It's all about the money or what it is that she can get out of the situation at the time. A mother would never do anything like this. A mother would never put their child in a precarious situation of which you could have a life altering situation take place, of where potentially the child could disappear, fall, hurt themselves, right? Or whatever it is that you would like to state. Again, there's a clear-cut difference, and I've continuously stated this to people before. This generation is pretty much cooked. And again, you can't tell a lot of women anything because they don't want to listen to any man.